Welcome to another episode of What's the Scoop podcast. I'm your host, SkewpzGotcha, aka Dre. Be sure to like and subscribe, hit that motherfucking bell. And yeah, man, be sure to share this with your mama, your kids, your siblings, your parents, your next door neighbors, your side motherfuckers, whoever. Just share it. Share it with everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button and hit that bell. This podcast is streamed on some of your favorite streaming apps. Anything you basically can find a podcast on, this podcast is on it. With the likes of Spotify, Anchor, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and oh yeah, we can't forget the Apple Podcasts. What we're gonna be talking about today is we're gonna be talking about week 3 preview. We're gonna be going over picks and my review of my preview of what I think of these matchups. First off, Thursday night we had a game. Cleveland hosted the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cleveland ended up winning 29-17. I personally believe that Pittsburgh should go with the rookie, but yeah, Pittsburgh, they also have some issues on that line, the offensive line, and hell, they got issues on defense too, but as far as the run game goes. But I think a lot of the fans are calling for Kenny Pickett. A lot of some of the wide receivers are calling for Kenny Pickett, but I think Mike Tomlin, he's gonna ride it out with Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, he made Mitchell Trubisky a captain before the season even started. So I think we're probably gonna see Mitchell Trubisky for the foreseeable future, unless he gets hurt, or which I hope he doesn't get hurt. But yeah, man, I just think that they should put him in, but like I said, I don't think Mike Thomas is gonna put him in. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a saying. I mean, if you wait for the right time, then it'll never get done. But I don't know, man. But yeah, Steelers, they lost. They lost to the Cleveland Browns 29-17. Cleveland Browns moved to 1-2, I believe, or 2-1. They might be 2-1. Yeah, I think the Browns are 2-1, and the Steelers moved to 1-2. On to the next game. We're gonna talk about Cleveland. I mean, not Cleveland, but the Houston Texans and Chicago Bears. I got the Texans winning. Before we get into the picks, last week I went 8-8. Like I said, I think 8-8 gets me in the playoffs before they added the extra game. But that's 500. So this week we're gonna try to do better. Let's try to get 10 of them things. Let's see. But yeah, Texans Bears. I'm gonna go Texans. The Bears are hosting the Texans. But I'm gonna go Houston 21-16. I don't know, Justin Fields. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the weapons. Maybe he just don't have it. I don't know. But the recent history of Ohio State quarterbacks. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Speaking of college, shout out to my Jayhawks. They're 4-0. They got the dub today against Duke. Pack the booth. Next week we got Iowa State. So shout out to the Jayhawks. They 4-0. Before the season started, I said I'm okay with 4 wins. Can they get me 6? But anyway, back to football. Yeah, I got the Texans beating the Bears 21-16. I like the Texans got a pretty solid defense. Lovie Smith He's like I said, he's known to have good defenses. But yeah, Texans 21-16. Raiders at Titans. I got the Raiders winning. I think Derek Carr, because Titans are at home, but I still got the Raiders winning. I think the Raiders, they're gonna have a field day with the Titans secondary. The way the Buffalo Bills lit up the Titans secondary last week, in week 2, in the Monday night game. I think the Raiders are going to do the same thing with Darren Waller. Hunter Renfrow is out, which sucks because Hunter Renfrow is on my fantasy football team. Get well, Hunter Renfrow. Even though I do not like the Raiders, but I drafted Hunter Renfrow. But I think that Darren Waller is going to do his thing. I think we're gonna have a big game from Devontae Adams. I think Devontae Adams might only had 1 catch, maybe 2. For like 16, it was under 20 yards, I believe. But I think he got a TD though. But yeah, I got the Raiders winning in a blowout, 42-24. I think if the Raiders win this game in blowout fashion, I think that the seat really starts to set Mike Vrabel's ass on fire, with starting out 0-3, which can be rough. Tannehill is not the answer. I think Ryan Tannehill reminds me of Alex Smith when we had Alex Smith before we drafted Patrick Mahomes. Alex Smith did what he did in Kansas City. He brought him back to relevancy, playoffs. Solid 11-win seasons, 10-win seasons, and stuff like that. But I think at some point, Alex Smith he hit a ceiling, and I think that was his ceiling, which was take us to the playoffs and hope basically that's it. But then when we got Mahomes, you see what happened with Mahomes. AFC championships, 4 straight AFC championships. 4 straight hosting of AFC championships, 2 Super Bowl appearances, and 1 Super Bowl. But yeah, so I just don't think that Ryan Tannehill. I think it might be time for something new for Ryan Tannehill. That's just my opinion on it. But yeah, I got the Raiders winning 42-24. Next up, I got my Chiefs visiting the Colts. The Colts basically got shut out last week. They did get shut out last week. I think it might have been like 27-0 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence and them guys. They're at home, and I think this might be their home opener, which I personally believe this could possibly be a trap game for the Chiefs. The Chiefs could be like, yeah. They if the Jags shut them out, we damn sure can shut them out. Which is very well possible, but also at the same time, I think the Chiefs can come in very lackadaisical. No sense of urgency or nothing like that. I honestly think that the Chiefs will probably struggle in the first half. I honestly think that the Chiefs could possibly be trailing at halftime, but I think that the Chiefs, my guys, will turn it around and get the job done. Our secondary is a little rough. They kind of have like this bend don't break mentality. Yeah, we'll let y'all get to the end zone. I mean, we'll let you guys get to the red zone, but yeah, we're gonna make it tough getting in there. That's the bend don't break mentality, I believe. But I think the Chiefs will win against the Colts 38-21. I think that they will struggle in the first half, possibly. I think that they will turn it on at halftime. Hell, who knows? This could be another blowout. Hey, Andy and Pat, put up 54 on them boys. I'm okay with 50. I'm okay with a 50 ball. I'm okay with that. Do it. But that's just me though. We typically have trap games. We typically, and it's just a history of. It's the same thing with our history of going to Buffalo. Going to Buffalo, that history hasn't always been in our favor. Going to Buffalo. That's why I don't want to see Buffalo in the playoffs in Buffalo. But yeah, I got the Chiefs winning 38-21. I hope to see Sky Moore. I want to see Sky Moore. I want to see Juju be productive. I want to see MVS be productive. MVS was kind of a no-show week 2. Same thing with Juju in week 2. Sky Moore, he's basically been on punt return duty. And yeah, after apparently he had a good training camp. So what the reporters were saying, but for some reason Sky Moore has not seen any, if any, PT on the actual football field as far as offense goes. Hopefully that changes. I would like to see Sky Moore out there because because the simple fact is that our number 1 and our number 2 are kind of hit and miss, and we kind of need to be able to spread the ball out. Watson looks good, number 84. He looks solid. Yeah, I want to see a lot more Fortson too. I want to see a lot more Jody. Yeah. So yeah, I think that this will be a game where the Chiefs could probably unleash Scott Moore. And we might see a couple TDs to Jody Fortson. Keep Travis Kelce fresh. We got Noah Gray. We got I think Blake Bell might be hurt, or is it Noah Gray? One of the two. One of the tight ends are hurt. We got, like I said, we got Jody. I want to see Karlaftis, Chanel. I won't speak on the Willie Gay situation. It's unfortunate, but next man up. Yeah, that sucks. Harrison Butker will be out. So we got what the fuck is his damn name? Is it Amendola or something? Whatever his name is, I don't know. No disrespect or anything like that, but he'll be filling in for kicks for Harrison Butker. But yeah. I can talk about the Chiefs all damn day long, honestly. But yeah. So Chiefs 38-21. Yeah, I got the Chiefs struggling first half and then turning it on in the second half. Next up, we got the Bills visiting the Dolphins. The Dolphins, I mean, within the last 24 hours, they placed Micah Hyde on IR. Jordan Poyer, the report just came out that he's not playing with his foot. He got a foot injury. And then, hell, I don't even think they're going to have Tre'Davious White. So this could possibly be a shootout tomorrow. Possibly. But the Buffalo Bills have a solid defense. So, yeah. I got Buffalo winning 45-24. It should be a test for Buffalo because Dolphins are 2-0. Dolphins, Tua, Hill, and Waddle, they basically shredded apart the Baltimore Ravens secondary with the likes of Marcus Peters back there and a list of others. But we're going to go Bills 45, Dolphins 24. This game is an interesting game. I might have this game on top of the Chiefs game because these two teams, the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins, we could see either one of these teams if we're blessed enough to make the playoffs, which I think we will be. But, I mean, you never know. Things happen. But we could possibly see one of these teams in January or February. I mean, in January. So, or in February, I believe. Yeah. If it goes that far, in the AFC Championship game. But yeah, um, I'll probably be watching. I'll be watching this on. I'll be watching this game. Probably watch it. I'm not going to use Red Zone because I'm obviously my main focus is the Chiefs. So obviously the Bills and Dolphins take the back seat. Maybe the Bills and Dolphins will be on my laptop or something. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah. Next up, Lions at Vikings. I got the Vikings winning 35-31. Kirk Cousins returned to his normal self in prime time. I think he threw like 4 picks against the Eagles on Monday night. At the end of the day, if the Minnesota Vikings have primetime games, tell Kirk Cousins not to show up. Tell Kirk Cousins not to show up in primetime games. That's all we're going to say about that. The Lions actually been looking pretty good. Lions actually, their offense has been running smoothly. I don't know if Williamson is playing, the rookie out of Alabama, the wide receiver. But yeah. Matter of fact, let me look. Actually, I don't know if he's playing though. Let's see. Depth chart. Swift is questionable. Oh, they got DJ Chark, Josh Reynolds. Yeah, he's not playing, but yeah, they got Jared Goff. The Detroit Lions are looking pretty solid as far as offense goes, but I'm gonna go Minnesota because Minnesota's at home. But it's a division. It's a division rivalry game. So, I mean, this game could go either way. But I'm still sticking with my pick as the Minnesota Vikings as my sleeper team out of the NFC, possibly in the NFC Championship. I just like their weapons. Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, and I mean you got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is at home. Kirk Cousins isn't playing primetime. Kirk Cousins is he's a pretty solid, decent QB. I forgot somebody was saying MVP type. Was it Marcus Spears? Marcus Spears on ESPN, Swagoo, was talking about MVP for. It might have been. I don't know. It might not have been Marcus Spears. I don't want to put that on him because it might have not been him. But I remember hearing it. I just don't remember who though. But yeah. So wow. I'm just scrolling right now, but K-State beat Oklahoma 41-34 in Oklahoma. That is nuts. Okay, but anyway, Ravens Patriots. I'm gonna go Ravens 32-14. Mac Jones. I don't know, man. I don't know. He might not be that guy. What's that guy? Who was he in Walgreens? I think he was in Walgreens, and he was talking to the guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. I think this is what this year 2. Year 3. This might be year 2. Yeah, so I'm hoping to see something different from Mac Jones. Hell, maybe he'll shred the Ravens defense like Tua did. But I think Lamar Jackson will have another solid game. He'll probably do a lot of rushing. I'm hoping he does a lot because he's my starting quarterback in fantasy football. So do your thing. LJ. Also, every time I speak on the Minnesota, every time I speak on Lamar Jackson, I'm going to say it to the Baltimore Ravens every time. Pay that man. He needs his money. Like the guy off of How High. What was it? They'll hit from streets. I need money. But yeah, man, I got Baltimore Ravens winning 32-14. The Patriots are at home, but I got the Ravens winning 32-14. Bengals at Jets, Joe Burrow and them guys. Joe Burrow and them are 0-2. I think the Bengals will still struggle against the Jets. I just don't think, me personally, I just don't think that the Cincinnati Bengals are that good. Yeah, they got T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow at QB, Dixon at running back, but Mixon, I said Dixon, Mixon, Joe Mixon at running back. Yeah, I just don't think that their defense. The problem with them is their defense is subpar. Well, I mean, I guess it's so. I guess their defense is okay. It's just the O line, and Joe Burrow has been hit a lot. If I'm not mistaken, it's either 13 or 18 sacks that Joe Burrow has taken so far through 2 games, and that's just the sacks. I'm pretty sure somebody is chipping him, running past him, and they're trying to make it like it's not intentional, just to knock him on his ass. But yeah, but I think the Bengals will get their first dub in New York. I think they'll get it. I got the Bengals winning 28-21. Next up, we got Eagles at Commanders. I got the Eagles winning 17-14. This game could go either way. Hell, Commanders. I don't know the update on Chase Young. I have to look that up. We're gonna see how he's doing. I don't know if that was indefinite or was it. I know he went to IR, so I don't know if that was the entire season or was he just gone. Was it a neck issue? It was something that he was having. But yeah, I got Eagles winning 17-14. Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and Goddard. And then you got the running backs. They're pretty solid on running backs. You got Slay on defense and all that stuff, but we'll see. This could be maybe Carson Wentz. Who knows? Maybe he shows out. He shows up for the Commanders. But yeah, it's gonna be a close game because for one, it's a divisional rivalry. So yeah, but I got the Eagles winning 17-14. Commanders are at home. Saints at Panthers. I got the Saints winning 32-17. You know, honestly, I had a lot of hope for Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield, he did. When he first came into the league, he was doing a lot of talking. I didn't like how he was talking about Hugh Jackson and stuff like that. And then, my issues go back to KU when Baker Mayfield was playing for Oklahoma, and I think he might have stuck the OU flag in the Jayhawk in the middle of the field or something. He did something or something. Granted, he was a young man at that time. A young man in college. You tend to do stuff. So, but honestly, I didn't think. I don't know. I had to look up Baker's numbers. Matter of fact, let me look up Baker's numbers now. Carolina Panthers. Let's look up Baker Mayfield's numbers right now. Baker Mayfield is completing 54% of his passes. He has 380 yards, 2 TDs, 1 pick. He's been sacked 6 times. Yeah, and he got a rushing TD through 2 games. Yeah. Baker, but he's completing 54% of his passes. His QBR is 80, and he's basically averaging 190 yards a game. So, I don't know. Maybe Baker Mayfield to turn it on. He's getting used to a new scheme, new setting, new wide receivers, new offensive line, new running back, and Christian McCaffrey. Hopefully, Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy. He did make a joke about his health, his injuries a couple days ago, basically saying I can go to the bathroom and end up on IR type stuff. So, yeah. I got the Saints winning 32-17. Jameis, he threw some crucial picks in the end against the Buccaneers. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they get Alvin Kamara back. I need to be up on my date on my my fantasy, because last week I still won my fantasy with Alvin Kamara being out. I didn't notice that Alvin Kamara was out until later on in the evening, and I'm like, damn. I'm gonna need Lamar Jackson and a few other of my players to step it up, and they did, and I got the dub, and I'm 2-0. But yeah, Saints 32-17. That's another divisional game. Panthers are at home. But yeah, maybe the Panthers will get the dub. Who knows? Michael Thomas is back, that's for sure, for the New Orleans Saints. Mark Ingram, he played last week. I think he ended up getting like 60 yards or something like that. But yeah, big trust. What else? Who else we got? Jaguars at the Chargers. Justin Herbert basically hurt his ribs. He had fractured ribs, basically. I don't know. They listed him as questionable. I honestly don't think that he should play. Me personally, the way that he was walking off the field and he couldn't even shake hands with people, I'm pretty sure it was hard for him to breathe type stuff. So I don't think that he should play. It's the Jaguars. I wouldn't. I mean, at the end of the day, you looking towards the end goal, which is trying to get your team to succeed in the playoffs. Hell, at least try to get them into the playoffs for one. I can't even remember last time the Chargers were in the playoffs. I have to look it up. But it's the Chargers at the end of the day. Chargers will charge. Yeah, Chargers will charge. But yeah, I got the Chargers winning 28-14. That's if Justin Herbert plays. If Justin Herbert doesn't play, I got the Jaguars winning. We got Rams at Cardinals. I got the Rams. That's another in-division rivalry. I got the Rams winning 28-24. Last week, the Rams looked a little sluggish. The first week, opening week against the Buffalo Bills, they looked a little sluggish, but they struggled against the Atlanta Falcons last week, and Jalen Ramsey, my boy Ramsey, he had to seal the game with a pick in the end zone. But I got the Rams beating the Cardinals 28-24. This could go either way. Kyler Murray, they battled back against the Raiders last week and won in OT. But yeah, I got the Rams winning 28-24. Wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals pulled this one off. What else we got? Falcons at Seahawks. I got the Falcons winning 28-21. You just, at this point, you're just getting what you're getting with Geno. that's just that's where I'm at with it. Um, Good guy, I'm pretty sure. Geno Smith is a good guy. So um, that's just my opinion on it. I think that the Seahawks should probably be planning to either get a big quarterback in free agency, or I don't even know what quarterbacks will be available in free agency. But yeah. So um, I got Falcons. I think they got Mariota starting still. Um, but yeah, I got the Falcons winning 28-21 in Seattle. Packers at Buccaneers. This is a game. I'm surprised this game isn't the Sunday night game. How the hell are the Broncos back to back weeks? No, take that back. Opening week was prime time, and then week 1 was prime time, and week 2 is prime time. So, yeah. But Packers at Buccaneers. I got the Buccaneers winning 27-14. Lazard for Green Bay. I don't know if he's healthy. I know Sammy Watkins just got placed on IR with his hamstring injury. So they're kind of thin at wide receiver. I think the Green Bay Packers might be in the mix. They probably sitting on the phone or sitting by the phone begging and hoping that Odell Beckham comes back healthy and Odell is a Green Bay Packer because they need it. But I think that without wide receivers, I think that could be his top 3. I mean, because at the end of the day, he'll be relying on Randall Cobb and I don't even know who else he got. But yeah, I think the Buccaneers will get it done. Their defense is solid. Todd Bowles got one of the nicest defenses in football. I mean, at the end of the day, defense wins championships, so I wouldn't be. It's a possibility it could be a Buccaneers versus Bills Super Bowl. Who knows? But yeah. Tom Brady. I do feel like this will be Tom Brady's last year. Buccaneers. I got them winning 27-14. Sunday night game. 49ers at Broncos. 40. I got the 49ers winning 35-21. I love to hear the Boo Birds going out for Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett. I love to hear it. It's music to my ears. One of the best sounds in the world when Bronco players and team is getting booed by their own fans. It's lovely. But with Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy G, with a full week of practice as the starter, they built the offense around him to his liking, more comfortable, like it was when they got to the NFC Championship last year, and then they got to the Super Bowl in 2020, February of 2020. So yeah, I got the 49ers winning 35-21. I just don't think that the Broncos offense is clicking. I personally think that Russell Wilson is an old 33-year-old. He doesn't, obviously you can tell he's not the same Russell Wilson as far as as far as scrambling goes. He doesn't like to get hit. He doesn't like to warn. I mean, you can tell. Nobody likes to get hit, but it's like he's avoiding that like the plague. Honestly, yeah. 49ers 35-21 Monday night. Cowboys at Giants. I got the Giants winning 24-21. It's another rivalry game. Daniel Jones basically playing for his career. Saquon Barkley is healthy. They got a solid wide receiving core. I don't know much about their defense. Brian Dable could start off 2-1 because I know they won their opener against the Titans, but I think they may have lost in week 2. But we'll see. Like I said, I got the Cowboys winning. I mean, the Giants winning 24-21. And yeah. So we'll see. Cooper Rush. Who's the guy? Brown, the wide receiver for the Cowboys. The boy cold. Um, we'll see if CD can step his shit up and be that number one target. But who knows? Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard on offense. Zeke is a better blocker, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Cowboys, Giants. Got Giants winning 34-28. It's in New York, so New York gonna have their hands full. Jets. I think the Jets game is a late game too. So, but they got till Monday night to figure it out. But yeah, like we went 8-8 last week. Hopefully I go 10-6 this week. And yeah, man, I ain't gonna keep you guys much longer. I've been ranting for damn near 40 minutes now. But if you stayed this long, I appreciate you. I appreciate you rocking out with me, listen to me rant about my picks, and yeah, man, keep sharing, keep liking, keep watching. Um, yeah, I appreciate it. I really do. But yeah, man, it's your boy SkewpzGotcha. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell. And yeah, man, I'm gone.